Hello beautiful people and welcome to an amazing episode regarding this collaboration event, the Resident Evil. Because what we're going to do in this episode, I'm going to tell you exactly how to approach this event, how to plan in order to get these items as cheap as possible. And the best part of this episode is actually this number which you see right now on the screen, because this will not play the role which you think it has. It will not. And obviously towards the end of this episode, I'm going to explain exactly how I will approach this collaboration event, explaining you also why, and obviously I'm going to invite you guys in the comments to share your thoughts regarding my approach, how much sense does that make, and maybe why not. You can share with us how you are approaching this Resident Evil collaboration event. And let's start with the most important number, which is this one over here, 23 days. Because this is absolutely irrelevant for me. And the reason is absolutely simple, because all the collaboration events in TOPWAR had always part 1 and part 2. The difference was 4 to 5 months apart from each other. Obviously, not all the vouchers from part 1 will carry to part 2, but there are some vouchers which will carry over. And on top, we have to mention, if we follow the path of the last collaboration event, we saw Rework actually even being allowed to implement this base skin, heroes, decoration in their 100,000 million of selling tabs with which they are spamming us every single day. So that's definitely an advantage. So from this perspective, let's jump into the two stores of this event. And the first one is the Hunting Ground store. And I have a video on that, but let me briefly add this resume regarding especially the base skin. Because if you have a look here at the skill, because if you have the Nemesis or if you have the Cobra skin, this will heavily reduce the value of this base skin, because the price will remain the same, 999 vouchers. But beautiful people, even if you do not have the Nemesis and if you do not have the Cobra Island base skin, I have to say that all is left of this base skin is literally just the holding stock buffs, because we have far better base skins which you can use when you are in battle. So from this perspective, super obviously, the only thing which has a priority in here are the two decorations. So the best approach would be, if it's possible for you to unlock each of them only one time, which is level 1, that's the best thing which you can do in these 23 days from now, while having the chance to unlock this decoration also in part 2. And in between part 1 and part 2, you will be able to buy this decoration, so I don't see anyone missing out on anything. But here we have to mention the following fact, that these vouchers most likely will not carry over to the part 2 of the Resident Evil collaboration event. And probably at one point, Rework will gonna make an announcement saying, dear beautiful people, blah blah blah, spend your vouchers, because otherwise they're gonna be turned into gems, which is absolutely not worth it. So we definitely have to pay attention to that. But we have now the second tab, which is the treasure decoding store. And as far as I remember, and please correct me if I'm wrong, dear beautiful people, these vouchers will carry on to part 2. And of course, in here we have all these nice decorations, which are super nice. And the goal in general is to have this decoration at least unlocked, because you can upgrade them later. But again, advantage number 1, presumably these vouchers will carry on to part 2. And not to mention, in between part 1 and part 2, you will be able to buy these decorations and unlock them if you choose so. So that is this approach regarding all this stuff right now in part 1 of the Resident Evil collaboration event. Now let me tell you how am I approaching this, and also explain you why. And this is my personal perspective from me as one single player out there, indeed one which can afford to buy a pack here and there. I have decided to stop spending any money in TOPWAR, and today I have reached 30 consecutive days in which I have not spent a single cent in TOPWAR. And honestly, beautiful people, it doesn't simply matter if you are spending, how much you're spending, or if you are spending money in TOPWAR. I think every single one of you out there should ask him or herself the question, are you happy with the gaming experience, what the game gives you back? And again, this is my personal perspective, and I am not happy with the situation in which the game is right now. While we all know in the past, with the introduction of the Heavy Trooper, for example, the game started to slowly decline. Sure, we had the Titan gear, we have the formations, but even though these items totally changed the balance in the game, there was a little room in which we could say, okay, you know what, it's a better game, okay, it fits in. All till the pets. I personally do not like the pets, and if you really want to see how much I do not like the pets, all we have to do is look into my inventory and you see these items, meaning in other words, I have not participated in 5 Enigma realms till now, and I also do not expect to change my mind tomorrow, meaning this number will grow. I do not like the pets because from my perspective, what's next in the game? Are you gonna add here in the downside of the map a possibility for us to grow some vegetables, to grow some fruits in order to get some extra stats? That's where you want to go with the game, because I do not agree with this. So don't get me wrong, dear beautiful people, and Rework game TOPWAR is still my main game right now, but I have a very strong alternative game which I am playing, and I feel the need to add 2 more sentences regarding Rework game, because I personally do not think their employees are truly capable to manage this game or understand what the game actually needs. And these 2 sentences are as follow. Yeah, Rework game, I'm willing to spend again in TOPWAR. But first of all, I wanna see you guys starting to fix this pile of shit. And I know this is a very harsh word, dear Rework game, but trust me when I tell you I have thought round about 24 hours what words should I use in order to explain how I feel the state of the game is right now, and I haven't found any better than a pile of shit. But you have to take the following thing in consideration. The longer it takes you to make these changes, the higher are the chances that this so-called alternative game which I'm playing right now will most likely become my main game. And I think at this point, Rework game, you should be able to do the math. So anyways, beautiful people, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value in this, because my main concern was to explain you why this timer over there should not apply pressure on you. You are not missing out on anything. And if you are a player like me deciding that the game right now is not worth investing money, you can always do this in 4 to 5 months when we have the second part of the Resident Evil collaboration event. And this is what I personally gonna do. Beautiful people, as always, yeah, don't forget to support what supports you back. And the best way to do so is actually 100% free, as I would suggest to subscribe to this channel. Obviously, watch my videos till the end. Share this channel with your friends. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you in the next awesome episode. Ciao, ciao, ciao.